Hello and welcome back to Master the Blue Chai. Just like delicious homemade crumpets and super healthy, delicious packed full of superfoods blue chai, we want to be a treat and delicious. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're dissecting the curious case of Meghan Markle's new Netflix project, With Love, Meghan. Yes, it's about baking, hosted by someone who openly admits she doesn't even like baking. Because it's, and I quote, too technical. Translation, rules? Structure? Measuring things accurately? Ew, gross. Can't I just manifest a perfect Victoria sponge through positive thinking? Baking 101. Why technical isn't a dirty word. Here's the thing about baking that Meghan seems to have missed. It's not Instagram wellness content. Baking is chemistry wearing a cute apron and wielding a whisk. You don't just throw ingredients in a bowl while discussing your journey and expect magic. 1 tablespoon too much flour? Congratulations, you've just invented edible concrete. 1/2 teaspoon too little baking powder? Welcome to Pancake City population, your collapsed cake. Professional bakers aren't celebrated because they look good holding mixing bowls. They're respected because they've mastered something genuinely difficult. They understand gluten development. They know the difference between folding and stirring, and they can eyeball when butter is properly creamed just by sound. So when Meghan dismisses baking's technical requirements, it's like announcing you're hosting a Formula One show, but find all that driving fast in circles terribly tedious. The Meghan method: brand first, substance optional. But let's be real, this isn't surprising. This is peak Meghan. Beautiful presentation, questionable substance, and an allergy to anything requiring genuine expertise. Her acting career? 1 cable TV role where she basically played herself in business attire. No Shakespeare, no challenging characters, no live theater where you can't do 17 takes until you nail the line. Here is the real secret. TV is a director's medium. They can shoot around your imperfections and lack of talent. Oh, for fuck's sake, Meghan, show some emotion. Oh, you can't? Okay, we need to do is a tight close-up on her doe eyes, and we cut in a reaction shot from Patrick, getting the emotional weight of the scene. Her podcast empire? 12 episodes of interviewing successful women, while somehow making every conversation about her own struggles. Spotify paid millions for that intellectual feast before quietly backing away. Her royal duties? Perfectly curated photo ops without the boring bits like learning British constitutional law or memorizing the names of obscure military regiments. And now, a baking show hosted by someone who finds the actual baking part annoying. You see the pattern? The craft is always negotiable. The aesthetic? Non-negotiable. It's like watching someone open a restaurant because they like the idea of wearing chef whites, but find all that cooking food properly business rather limiting to their creative vision. It's like selling jam, which is allowed to call jam because it isn't good enough. Welcome to the authenticity crisis. This is 2025 content creation in a nutshell. Style over substance, brand over skill, vibes over competence. We're living through the great authenticity collapse, where it doesn't matter if you actually know what you're doing, just as long as your lighting is good and your backstory is compelling. But here's what Meghan doesn't seem to grasp. Baking is one of those rare things that doesn't care about your personal narrative. A soufflé won't rise because you've overcome adversity. Bread dough won't develop proper gluten because you're speaking your truth. Baking is beautifully, brutally honest. It works or it doesn't. And that's exactly why people respect master bakers, because you literally cannot fake competence when your cake collapses on camera. It's the anti-Instagram medium. No filters can save a burnt bottom. No motivational quotes can rescue curdled buttercream. No amount of lifestyle branding can make a soggy pastry crispy. The technical truth. So when Meghan says baking is too technical, she's accidentally revealing something profound about her entire approach to, well, everything. Those technical requirements she finds so tedious? That's the foundation. That's the craft. That's the difference between someone who bakes and someone who poses with baking equipment. Rules aren't limitations. They're the structure that makes excellence possible. You can't disrupt chemistry. You can't innovate your way around gluten development. You can't rebrand the Maillard reaction. The technical part isn't the annoying obstacle preventing you from being creative. The technical mastery is the creativity. It's what separates art from accident. The real recipe. Here's what's truly ironic. Meghan could have made a fascinating show about learning to bake properly, about embracing those technical challenges she finds so off-putting, about the humility required to master something genuinely difficult. Imagine, from Duchess to disaster, Meghan actually learns to bake. Watching someone famous struggle with basic techniques, make spectacular mistakes, and slowly develop real skills, that would be compelling television. Instead, we get another glossy lifestyle show where the host's relationship with the actual subject matter is complicated. The closing thought, so yeah, Meghan thinks baking is too technical. And honestly, that tells you everything you need to know. Whether it's baking, acting, or any craft worth doing, the technical part isn't the boring bit you skip to get to the fun stuff. The technical mastery is the fun stuff. It's what transforms random ingredients into something transcendent. Without it, you're not a baker. You're just someone with expensive kitchen equipment and good lighting. And you know what happens to beautiful surfaces without solid foundations? They don't just crack. They collapse entirely. So here's your homework. Find something technical. Something with rules and requirements and no shortcuts. Master it properly. Respect the craft. Because in a world full of glossy surfaces, being genuinely good at something difficult is the most radical thing you can do. Now I'm off to have a delicious cup of blue chai and some homemade crumpets with sumptuous cinnamon butter. And unlike Netflix deals, real skills last forever. Recipe and method in the description. Enjoy.